Following on from some of the earlier videos, we've established that we need to get your kids to be able to fluently manipulate algebra. So them being fluent in manipulating algebra would be them being able to face these sort of questions with ease, where you're asked to make A the subject. If you look at this here, A exists here, A exists here. So we have to be able to get them to somehow rearrange this to make A the subject. So we need to get your kids to be able to fluently manipulate algebra. So that will mean that they will have to face these questions with ease. But before we can teach them how to manipulate algebra, we need to teach them how to read algebra. So them reading algebra would be them being able to answer these sort of questions, where you're told that A equals 3, B equals 2, C equals -1. So when given something like this, they should immediately know that this is one block, adding another block, add another block, take away this block. But then they've got to put the -1 into the C, put the 2 into the B, put the 3 into the A, and so on. The point is that we need to get them to fluently be able to read algebra. So when given something like this, they should immediately know that this is one fraction, take away another fraction, add another fraction. Or when given something like this, they should know that this is a bubble, and they had to evaluate this bubble first, and then here's another bubble, and then they had to evaluate this bubble, then and only then can they multiply the two. The point is that when given something like these, they should just be able to look at it and fully understand what's going on. So we need to teach them how to manipulate algebra, but before we can do that, we need to teach them how to read algebra. But before we can teach them how to read algebra, we need to teach them the concept of an equation. So the concept of an equation would be one side equaling another side. So we need to get them to fully understand the concept behind an equation. So they should be able to do these questions with ease. Also we need to teach them simplification. So with simplification, if you look at this here, you've got x squared, x squared, x. So x squared is different from x. So here you've got let's say you've got 2 elephants here, and then here you've got 4 elephants. So here you would say you've got 6 elephants. And because x is different from x squared, here you've got 3 giraffes plus 5 giraffes. So you would just say you've got 8 giraffes. So we need to teach them the concept behind simplification. And also we need to convince them of the following. We need to convince them of these. But we will tackle these as we go along. But first, start by teaching them simplification. So start out with these questions here. But teach them simplification. But teach them in a different way. Because start out by saying that you're in a zoo here, and do something silly like this. You've got 3 elephants, 2 trees, 3 trees here, 2 giraffes here, 2 elephants here, and so on. And then you can rewrite this. So 3 elephants, you can rewrite it as this. So here you've got 3 elephants. So that's this bit here. And then here you've got 2 trees. Well, 2 trees would be here. Would be here. And then you've got 2 giraffes, and so on. So here you've got something. Here you've got something that's very complicated. You can simplify it to something like this. So here you've got 3 elephants here, 2 trees, another 2 giraffes, another 3 trees, another 2 elephants, and so on here. So here you've got, rather than saying you've got 3 elephants here, 2 elephants here, and another 2 elephants here, why not just combine them and say you've got 7 elephants, and so on. So you can simplify. So you would start out with something complicated like this, and then you tidy it up to something like this, and then you can tidy up even more to something like this. Now you can't simplify any further, because an elephant is different from a tree. And the tree is different from the giraffe. So that's like you having x squared here, x, and then x to the power of 5. So the point is that you're trying to show them the concept behind simplification. So you can go further and say that suppose you've got 3 bananas and 4 apples. Because these two are different, you can't simplify the two. If you have 3 bananas and then you add another 2 bananas, then you can simplify and so on. Teach them the concepts behind simplification. Okay.